24 points just 3 short weeks ago, J-Law comes to Houston in control of the series. And for the first time in his career, the series points leader. Suzuki's Ryan Dungey has crashed his way out of the series lead. Oh, down goes! Down goes Dungey! If he is to capture the title that had once seemed so certain, Dungey must start tonight. Round 7 of the West Coast region Supercross Lites is next on Speed. Supercross and FIM World Championship has made its way to the Lone Star State. We're in beautiful Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas for round 7 of the Supercross Lites West Coast region. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig, and this has been a tremendous points battle in the West Coast region all year long. But just a week ago, out in San Diego, the tables turned for young Ryan Dungey, Jeff.
Well, it definitely did. Earlier in the season, Ryan Dungey had all of the momentum. He had the points lead, but at the halfway point, the wheels have completely fallen off of his season. So many unfortunate accidents like this at Anaheim and mistakes on his own at San Diego have cost him the points lead. Now he's 2 points behind Jason Lawrence with only 2 main events to go.
Well, we had the opportunity to catch up with Ryan earlier today to ask him, now that you're trailing in the points, how do you go about winning this championship?
Each week's the same. We're preparing just as hard, and I mean everything's, you know, I mean, of course we up it here and there, but we're not changing on just because bad things are happening. We've been hard at it all season, and just going to go in every round just like we have been.
Let's take a look at the point standings right now as they come into Houston. You can see the 2-point difference between Lawrence and Dungey. But back in third is Brett Metcalfe. He's only 17 markers down. However, everybody is talking about Jason Lawrence, the Yamaha rider on the 338. He's colorful, he's brash, and now he's the points leader.
Well, and he was the fastest in practice today. Ryan Dungey held the fastest qualifying time up until right before the end of practice. It was an amazing charge that Jason Lawrence put on to take that top spot, and that's that confidence builder. This is him right here. This is just with a few seconds left in the second qualifying practice.
And there is no love lost between Dungey and Lawrence, that's for sure. And as well, earlier today, we had the chance to catch up with Jason, and we asked him, now that you're no longer the chaser but the chasee, how do you win the title?
I want to finish ahead of Dungey is my main thing, so I can get a couple more points on him. I only have 2 points on him right now, and that's not enough to just pull in second at Seattle and still win the title. So I'd like to get some more points on him so I can feel safe going into the break.
So Lawrence and Dungey getting set to battle again, this time in round 7 here in Houston. Before we drop the gate on the first heats, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast crew. Here's Aaron Bates with a Progressive pre-race report.
Thanks, guys. Well, the number 32 of Tommy Hahn, he may be originally from Kansas, but he's been a transplant here in Texas since the age of 18. He said he's more than ecstatic to be back racing in front of his family and friends, but especially to be back on the track that he's known and grown and grew up on and loves to race on this sort of dirt. He said he's more than ready ever than he has been in the past, especially being under the guided wing of Ivan Tedesco. He said speed is going to be the key, but especially the start is what's going to be vital. And with an 8-week break coming up, he said tonight's race is all about pinning it to win it.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. As we get set to go racing, let's take a look at our Supercross Lites 4-1-1. Now we're going to have 2 heats. Each of them will transfer 9 riders straight to the main. We'll have a last chance qualifier that will give us our final 4 riders for our 22-rider 15-lap main event. This is round 7 of 8. So the 30-second board goes up, and we're that much closer to the first race of the day. And the man to keep your eyes on in this one is Ryan Dungey. There he is on the factory Suzuki, number 28. Points leader all the way through until the end of round 6. Now he's 2 points behind as we get set to begin round number 7.
And Ryan Dungey has to get it done tonight. This heat race is going to be pivotal. He has to come out solid and focused, no mistakes.
He was fast in the first heat, the fastest, and lost it in the second practice. Here we go. Dungey doesn't get the whole shot, but he ends up taking the lead shortly thereafter.
That's Austin Stroupe in second. Dan Reardon nabbed the whole shot. He's back to third.
Already Dungey starting to stretch things out, Jeff, because triple, double to get out of that section.
When I was talking about him getting serious, Ryan Dungey is already 15, 20 bike lengths ahead. Well, this group here was Stroupe, 51, setting in second.
Over the big canyon, that is a finish line jump here this weekend. Dungey, Stroupe, Weimer, Reardon, all running in the top 4. Here's a fight for third. Weimer has a position right now. Reardon on the 122s trying to catch up to the rider on the 30 bike. Oh, off goes Weimer. And that's going to be a very costly mistake. Remember, the top 9 riders will transfer through right to the main event. Those will be the names in green across the top of your screen. Weimer gets going again.
Take a look at this replay. That's Weimer at the top of your screen. He doubles. You see he gets his weight transfer to the right. Lands inside and makes a right turn. When he landed off that little double, he was very fortunate. He did not stall the engine, and he did not actually go down, but he lost some serious time on our leader here, Ryan Dungey.
Yeah, he lost a handful of spots as well. He should still be inside the top 9 as we watch our race leader on the yellow Suzuki. Weimer back to 7th. Ryan Dungey has led this one all the way from the second corner.
We showed that lap time. That's a 47.5. Lap times are going to be serious tonight as we have this huge points battle for the championship between Dungey and Jason Lawrence.
And there's Austin Stroupe on the Kawasaki.
Stroupe putting in a pretty good ride here, but you know what? Kawasaki has not won a main event yet this year. Austin Stroupe has shown a lot of speed. His teammate Brett Metcalfe has also, but they have not put together a main, so the pressure is on the rookie here, Austin Stroupe, to get it done sometime.
And it's such a shocking story, too, because last year, boy, this team was just so dominant, winning everything there was to win in the Lights class.
It's been a few years, and of course, over the history of Mitch Payton's pro circuit teams, they have had massive amounts of championships and wins. So right now, it's been a tough season here in the West. Of course, last year's West champion Ryan Villapoto will be on the East. As we take a look at Dan Reardon, who's a rookie this year also, put in some strong rides, has been good in points, but has not been on the top of the podium.
Fight for 5th. This is Sharon and Weimer. Weimer in red, making up for lost time that he had when he crashed while running up inside the top 3. Now he's up to 5th.
Weimer very aggressive through the whoop section, set that pass up and just squared him up on those 2 lefts before the finish. Weimer, a main event winner this year, one time in Phoenix. Boy, was that an exciting race, Ralph. That was incredible.
This battle brewing up behind them. This is Tommy Hahn on the 32.
Tommy Hahn, the rider Aaron was talking about in our pre-race report. I actually spent some time with him earlier this week, talking to him about his ranch where he has multiple Supercross tracks. His little brother, Will Hahn, races, likes Supercross also. Great family, and he's really been stepping it up. Says he's been extremely happy with the motorcycle lately. The horsepower has been great. He's just had to get his confidence up. Second last week in San Diego. That's a huge confidence builder.
Yeah, and it's showing right now as he chases down Jake Weimer. Weimer on the red Honda in the red riding gear.
We have a rider that has won a main event and one that hasn't. I tell you, Tommy Hahn has been so close so many times. could tonight be the night with all this hometown, home state crowd behind him here in Houston?
And there is a checkered flag for Dungey. He takes the win. Stroupe and Reardon, and the battle will be behind them with Hahn and Weimer. And Weimer's just going to beat Hahn to the line. We'll be right back for more with the Lites West Coast region here in Houston. From Houston is brought to you by Progressive. Visit progressive.com today. And by Toyota, moving forward. Welcome back to Reliant Stadium here in Houston, Texas, home of the NFL's Houston Texans. Beautiful stadium, great place to go racing with Supercross. And we've already got heat number 1 in the books, and Ryan Dungey came out the winner. Austin Stroupe right there with him, Dan Reardon, all the way down to David Degli Esposti, all going on to the main event. Sean Skinner going to the LCQ. Let's check in with Aaron.
Well, guys, for 3 weeks in a row, we've seen some uncharacteristic mistakes made by Ryan Dungey. Ryan, this week you went home, you regrouped. What are you doing differently coming into this weekend to alleviate those problems?
Just preparing as hard as we can. Me and my trainer, Johnny O'Mara, we work hard together, and we're just trying to get it right, be 15 consistent laps, and glad to be here. And just like to thank Team Makita Suzuki, One, Oakley, Garnet, Answer, Nike 6.0, and all my family, my mom, my dad, and grandma and grandpa, and my brother Jade, and God, keep me safe.
Good luck in the main event.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Trying to put together a strong performance is Ryan Dungey, taking it a step at a time. He's through the heat, and he's a winner. Tuesday, if you want to check out the season premiere of Superbike, speed or style, the sport bike scene is on fire. Push it to the limit with an all-new season of Superbikes. Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, part of Premiere Week on Speed. There's the new points leader, Jason Lawrence, on his Yamaha number 338, getting ready to go. Calls Carlsbad, California home now. Getting ready to go. Maybe going to wrap up his first Supercross Lites championship. Got his first win earlier this year. A lot of firsts for this young man.
Well, he's definitely had a great season. He has totally stepped it up. Training with Ryan Hughes has really taken on this kind of tough guy, bad boy attitude lately. And him and Ryan Dungey have really been going at it for this championship, and it's been great for us to watch.
Progressive starting grid scrolling across the top of your screen. We said there's no love lost between the two. A lot of jawing between the two, but I'd say most of the jawing has been done by Jason.
Well, definitely earlier today in qualifying practice, it was not short on excitement between those two.
And he's first one to the corner. But then he slips back to second as Canary gets by on the 45.
How about Canary? He has been on fire lately. Third place last week in San Diego. Confidence is definitely high right now. Talked to him earlier. He is just so ecstatic to be riding at the level that he is and just wants to keep going. And definitely getting this start here in this heat race is a good way to start the night in Houston.
Just hammering through the whoops, and here comes Lawrence right around the outside.
Lawrence,
very strong move.
Lawrence just swooped the outside, just carried so much momentum through the whoops. Just went around the outside. It's not a good feeling as a racer when somebody goes around the outside of you, that's for sure.
Look at how fast Lawrence is through the whoop section. Jeff, that is all about commitment when you go through there. And when you see a rider like Lawrence go through there as fast as he can, there's just no denying how committed to winning this championship and the race every time he lines up the gate. Lawrence is.
Well, going fast through the whoop sections is all about confidence and your entry speed. Something that I can't believe that I ever won a Supercross championship because the whoop sections was always so tough for me. These riders these days are fearless. They'll come out of this jump, double this, shift to third, fourth, even fifth gear on the Lites bike, and just hammer the throttle wide open across there.
That's Zach Osborne on the 76, the blue Yamaha. He is in third place, and behind him comes Metcalfe on the Kawasaki 123, the teammate to Austin Stroupe, who we saw in heat number 1. Here he comes, Metcalfe, trying to gain ground, gets up inside, makes a great block pass. Metcalfe goes to third. Those names in red across the top of the screen out of the transfer spot. It's just those 9 in green.
And look at this start by Jason Lawrence just to the inside of the doghouse. This is his all the way. The Canary steals it by taking a little better rhythm through the rhythm section there. Now look how much speed Jason Lawrence carried. That was a full gear higher. Just blew around Canary.
But there's been some rough times too tonight. Watch this. Oh, man.
Gets hooked on the foot peg there. That looked nasty. He's going to have a little bit of scarring on his back after that one.
Now the fight for second. They've caught Metcalfe. Actually, Metcalfe has gotten around Canary. It's Canary that they caught, and Osborne's going to try to get him as well.
So Metcalfe is on a mission at this point. He has blown past these racers. He's a rider that's been suffering through some injuries lately too. Not a lot of practicing or testing during the week. So he's got a lot of pent-up energy coming into this heat race here, and he's really got something to prove.
Riding very strong tonight.
It's tough though in that position of Metcalfe where his lap times are pretty good. They're on pace with our leader, Jason Lawrence, but they're both at the 49-second lap time. But if you start behind and the faster rider starts out front, you won't even get a chance to see him.
This is Canary and Osborne. Battling over third. And Osborne's got him. Osborne on the blue 76. Boy, it's just been a struggle for Canary. He got such a great start, Jeff, and it's just kind of going backwards.
Could have been a situation right now where he was so excited to have that hole shot. Just lost his concentration a little bit as Lawrence went past him, and then the next rider and the next rider. He needs to keep focused, though, and get into this main event. No mistakes with 1 lap to go.
Don't forget, Dungey's fastest lap in the first heat was a 47.334, and Lawrence hasn't gotten down below a 48.5.
That's quite a bit of difference there because these riders are really splitting hairs, and in this championship race is so close. But Jason Lawrence this season has been able to rebound from bad heat races. This is one of his best. So from races where it looked like he was off the pace for that night, and then he's came back to win the main event. So Jason Lawrence right now is just setting himself up, loosening himself up. You really see him working the bike. He definitely has the speed down through these whoops here. Nice, comfortable win for Jason Lawrence.
Checkered flag, Lawrence takes the win. Here comes the battles to the line. Metcalfe and Osborne are across. Canary goes across, and Cunningham takes 5th, just in front of LaPaglia. Well, Dungey and Lawrence are both through to the main. We'll be back. We've got the last chance qualifier still to go.
2006 and 2007 National Outdoor Lights Champion. 2007 Motocross of Nations.
Today, what is it about this track that seems to be working for your riding style?
I don't know, I really like the dirt here. You know, it's get some ruts and the track changes a little bit, which makes it more difficult for all the riders, and I like that. That's what we needed. This is by far our best track so far.
How important is it to you to stay out of trouble with Ryan Dungey tonight?
It's real important because the AMA has me by the hair on that one. You know, they can do whatever they want. It sucks too because he messes with me in practice, but I'm just gonna make him cry and just keep beating him.
Stay out of trouble. Good luck in the main event.
We said the talking is tough between these two here. Jason Lawrence laying down the gauntlet. Now you can get the latest race results and news right on your phone with weekly green alerts from Speed. Text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. She's holding the 30-second board for the Supercross Lites last chance qualifier. Final 4 riders will come out of this race to fill out the 22-rider gate for our main event yet to be run here in Houston. There's Billy Laninovich hoping to be one of those 4. Our Honda starting lineup scrolling across what is technically known as the hat here in television land.
And this is known as the hole shot, whoever gets there first. shot. 183 on the yellow Suzuki.
Watching these guys come charging through the whoops.
Sitting in fourth place right now is Billy Laninovich. He's making a move on the inside.
It's Blows, Grant, Laninovich, Northrup, Graham, and Buck in the top 6.
Now remember, this is the last chance qualifier. If you are not first through fourth in this race at the checkered flag, you pack it up and go home. Night's over. Billy Laninovich setting in third place at the moment. Factory rider for KTM. Former Lites main event winner. This is a bad place for him to be in. He needs to step it up here. No mistakes as he tries to work his way up to the lead.
And Jeff, he had a really good qualifying effort earlier tonight. I believe he qualified third, and now he's fighting for his racing life to get into the main.
Yeah, in qualifying practice, how you seat yourself for the heat races, heat race did not go as planned, obviously, because he's in the LCQ. And actually, he sets fourth place right now.
Well, he's third right now. He's in. He's just in front of Northrop. And now he's going to pick up, looks like maybe another spot. That'll put him around Grantham. That'll put him up to second. Grantham's on the 294.
294, that's a local Texas boy here from Tomball, Texas. Got to have a lot of family and friends here cheering him on. He can't afford to give up any more spots.
I have no idea where Tomball, Texas is, but that certainly sounds like a Texas city, doesn't it?
Well, it could be just about anywhere. This is a big state.
Justin Brayton struggling right now. Aaron?
Yeah, guys, that's right. Justin Brayton definitely having a bad evening. We saw him go down in his heat race, and the end result of that is a broken finger and a broken thumb of his left hand. He tried to brave it and muster it up and come back for the LCQ, but we just witnessed him ride off out the tunnel. His night is over, and apparently we'll be seeing him in 8 weeks.
Well, and that's really tough because he's 6th in the points in the Western region with just one more race to go. Tough night for Brayton. Here's a battle for the transfer spot. Oh, and that's going to change. It was Northrup. It should be Graham now. There's Laninovich in the lead on the final lap.
Worked his way up to the lead. You see his mechanic and everybody cheering him on.
Well, we knew Billy was strong. He ran very well in his qualifying practice, and he takes the win here in the last chance qualifier. A bit of a sigh of relief as Blows takes second, Northrop gets third, Graham will take fourth, and Grantham ends up one spot out of it. Unfortunately, so does Gavin Gracyk as the woes of his season continue. Billy Laninovich, however, is going to the main. So will we when we come back. Crowd here in Houston can't wait to see Ryan Dungey and Jason Lawrence squaring off in the main event. That's getting ready to get underway here in Reliant Stadium. But next week in Atlanta's Georgia Dome, we kick off the opening round of the East Coast Championship. Jeff previewed the East Coast Lites region for us earlier.
There will be some tough boots to fill as reigning East champion Ben Townley and the surprising young Frenchman Christophe Pourcel will be missing due to injuries. Pourcel's countryman Benjamin Coisy jumps on Townley's Honda with 4 French national championships to his credit, while former Supercross Lites East champion Brandon Jesseman replaces Pourcel on a Kawasaki. Jesseman is looking to improve on his 4th place overall in 07 and a victory in Orlando. No stranger to the podium, Honda's Josh Grant enters 2008 as a title favorite. 2 rookies to look for in the East are Suzuki's Nico Izzi and AMA Horizon Award winner Trey Kennard, recognized as the top amateur in motocross.
For myself, I want to win. As a rookie, it hadn't been done too many times, but I'm just going to put myself in the best possible position I can.
But all the riders need to step up their game if they expect to challenge the defending Supercross Lites West champion, Ryan Villapoto.
The second year, what I've learned is just to, kind of be patient and just kind of wait for things to come to you. My biggest competition in 08 will be probably Josh Grant.
There's Ryan Dungey after this race. It'll be a bit of a break before he gets to wrap up the West Coast Championship fight between him and the 338 of Lawrence. That'll be in Seattle we move on as you take a look at our Toyota moving forward Supercross Lites schedule to Atlanta, Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Toronto. A bunch of domes coming up. You'll see all that racing action here on the home of the lights, Speed. Main event coming up here in Houston. We're inside the Reliant Stadium. Another wonderful dome and a tremendous West Coast region battle brewing here tonight. Week in San Diego, California's Qualcomm Stadium, the battle for the Lights Championship took a major turn as Jason Lawrence won his third race of the 2008 season and took the points lead away from Ryan Dungey. Enter to win the Dude for a Day Supercross Style Contest, where one lucky dude will win a trip to Vegas for the Supercross Finals. Hang with the Kawasaki dudes and then take home your very own Kawasaki KX450F motorcycle. Log on to speedtv.com, keyword dude now. Let's go to Aaron Bates for Progressive Pre-Race Report.
Well, guys, even though it appears to be calm here on the inside of the Reliant Stadium, storms are brewing on the outside. In fact, there's been tornado warning, some serious winds brewing out there. So bad, in fact, it's too dangerous for our cameraman to even go out and shoot. All of the awnings have been lifted up and over. Some of the team managers are out there trying to collect what's left of them. Transformers have blown, and a lot of the tents and fences have blown over as well. Some tough situations, a very tough storm, but something tells me the true storm is going to be brewing as soon as this gate drops for the main event.
Oh, Aaron, as nasty as the weather is out there, I think the only thing nasty going on in here is going to be the racing. As you take a look at our main event up close, 22 riders for 15 laps. Dungey and Lawrence have both won a heat race already, Jeff. This storm is really brewing in here.
And I'm telling you, all day long, the 338 over here of Jason Lawrence, he has been prodding, even verbal, on Ryan Dungey. He's been trying to get into Dungey's head. Dungey has retaliated by winning his heat. He's been fast and strong, but will it come together here in this main event, the perfect storm?
Here's the Honda starting lineup, scrolling across the top of the screen. And remember, there's one more race to go for this championship, but it's weeks after this one. These guys will be done for a few weeks before we wrap up the West Coast Championship in Seattle. Here we go. Dungey gets the whole shot. Lawrence is right behind him in fourth. But there's a change for the lead as Metcalfe takes the lead away, and Dungey slots back into third.
And that's Weimer moving into second position. Comes up short on the triple. Dungey needs to stay clear of these riders.
And he also needs to get as many people between him and Lawrence as he can. He's got Weimer there between them now. He moves to second. Here comes Lawrence through the whoops on the blue bike. Dungey challenging for the lead. He's got it. Lawrence trying for the inside. He's still trapped in fourth.
And Weimer misses the finish line double. He drops 4 positions.
And that'll move Lawrence up to... Oh, Lawrence! Look at Dungey, he's down! Oh, Jeff, that's been his problem all year in the second half.
Dungey gives away the lead after he takes it on the first lap. He was in the position he needed. He had a rider between himself and Lawrence.
And you gotta believe Lawrence is laughing inside the helmet once again.
Dungey comes up short on the triple. He needs to collect his thoughts. He needs to focus at this point, and he needs to move past these riders because Lawrence, there goes Lawrence.
But he hasn't lost that much ground as Lawrence goes for the lead around Stroupe. Dungey is back in fifth, so he's far from out of this, Jeff.
We have a lot of laps here in this main event in Houston. Jason Lawrence has just fired out in the beginning.
Let's see what happened to Dungey again. Unbelievable.
Here's Dungey over the triple. Squares up the turn, gets a nice drive going down through the whoops. Gets bucked off, rides the bike, and you can see he keeps the engine running. Here's a pass for the lead once again through a different set of whoops, and you see Jason Lawrence just rocketing past Austin Stroupe. Confidence is high for Jason Lawrence at this point.
And here comes Dungey, trying to charge up through the field. He gets around Jake Weimer for fourth. Now he's working Metcalfe, that's for third.
I guess we're going to see just how strong Dungey is and how much the work is going to pay off that Johnny O'Mara, his trainer and coach, and him have put in during the week. The urgency is now. Dungey cannot afford to give up.
Oh, no! Dungey, another big mistake, and down he goes again!
Huge mistake, lapse in concentration by Ryan Dungey.
And you can just see the championship slipping out of the hands of Ryan Dungey.
He has been trying so hard each and every week, and this was what I was afraid could happen if he got in the back of the pack. He said he would try too hard and lose his concentration, make mistakes like that.
Meanwhile, Lawrence out front, dealing with Austin Stroupe. And Jeff, let me tell you something about Austin Stroupe. This young rider has shown so much speed, and look at how he's hanging on to the back of Lawrence. This could make things tough for Lawrence, because you had to figure one of these days Stroupe was going to break through, and it could come here tonight.
Well, he has shown so much speed, so much aggression in Supercross, this being his first year. And remember, Mitch Payne's Pro Circuit team has not won a main event this year.
It could be here. Boy, Stroupe is really working Lawrence right now.
He is all over Jason Lawrence, and we'll see if Jason Lawrence gets the pinboard from his mechanic over here on the left side. That's the rider's personal mechanic. Writes words on the board, lets him know what's going on. If he gets the word that Dungey is out, this may be where Jason Lawrence backs it down a little bit, which would be great news for Austin Stroupe, but right now Stroupe is pressuring Lawrence into mistakes.
Waiting to see how far back Dungey is as Stroupe comes challenging inside and takes the lead. Austin Stroupe, can he deliver Mitch Payton the win he's been waiting for all year?
Austin Stroupe, the rookie in Supercross, this is his very first year, now leading the main event at Houston. We see Jason Lawrence taking a look back over his shoulder, trying to see if he can find Ryan Dungey if he was close.
He'd have to look pretty far back. Dungey's in 11. 0.7 of a second separating first and second. And if Lawrence makes a mistake, it can be very costly if he's trying to get that lead spot back. Here is Dungey. He's charging way up. He's already caught Canary. That would be for 7. Dungey up to 8th now.
8th place, but he's 19 seconds off of the lead.
But 2 crashes already tonight. Out of the lead. He had the lead and crashed out of it. He would have had the championship lead back as well. Dungey chasing Zach Osborne down. Fighting over 7th position now. Every spot so crucial for him.
I tell you, I don't think that I've ever seen a rider like Dungey make so many mistakes consecutive week, and you see him clip this jump here. He just keeps it inside the tough blocks.
And then Austin Stroupe getting around Lawrence. A great move by the young Kawasaki rider. He's leading in Houston. Let's see if he can hold on for the win when we come back. Houston, Texas, where Austin Stroupe may be on his way to his first Supercross Lites West Coast region win. Holding off the challenges of the points leader, Jason Lawrence. Kawasaki, the winningest brand here in Houston, with 9. Looking to go double digits here tonight.
What a great ride by Austin Stroupe, but what a smart ride by our current points leader, Jason Lawrence. I'm sure by this point he knows that Ryan Dungey is buried back in the pack. Although Dungey is moving forward once again, Lawrence knows that to ensure a nice cushion going into the final round in Seattle, that he needs to stay in this position.
And Dungey is in 5th now, Jeff. So that comfort level is getting smaller.
And setting back in 3rd place is Stroupe's teammate, Brett Metcalfe. He's going to start pressuring Lawrence, it looks like, and then Lawrence now really starting to pressure Stroupe.
And I can tell you that Dungey's about as straight away behind these guys. Here's the points as of now, just 8 separating the top 2. This battle for the lead continues. Boy, Austin Stroupe, Jeff, we've said it each and every week. He is just getting faster and faster and more confident.
Well, consistency has been his problem this year. He has shown some speed. He has been fast, but he hasn't been consistently fast. Right now, he got the start that he needed. He got a little lucky with Dungey going down. He made his way past Lawrence. Now let's see how the rookie can maneuver through this lapped riders. See if he can keep his cool as Jason Lawrence really starts to throw it down.
Jason Lawrence battling his way through traffic too, Aaron.
He most definitely is. In fact, his mechanic is leaning over, giving him the pit board sign, allowing him to figure out exactly where Ryan Dungey is, and also telling him, you can, keep it consistent, keep it on 2 wheels.
Dungey back in 5th. Lawrence in 2nd. Stroupe leading.
4 laps to go. This is where the conditioning and all the training starts to play a part. We'll see how well conditioned Austin Stroupe, the rookie, is. Jason Lawrence has been on such a roll lately. 3 races in a row, taking the points lead. He's been very strong. I'm sure he does not want to give up any points, which is the difference between 1st and 2nd to Austin Stroupe. You never know in that final round, these 3 points could be valuable. But right now, Austin Stroupe is just riding an incredible race.
Stroupe was 7th in San Diego. He didn't score any points in Phoenix. Those are his 2 worst finishes. Outside of that, every other race has been inside the top 5, with his best finish a 2nd at Anaheim 3.
I'll tell you what, a win tonight by Austin Stroupe would just be so impressive.
When Lawrence hasn't finished any worse than 1st since Anaheim 2, 3 straight wins. But Anaheim 2, Jeff, he was 21st. What a change from that day there in Anaheim.
And Lawrence felt devastated as far as the championship goes after that 21st. And he's done nothing but win 6, as you see. Number 30, Weimer, almost loops out going through the whoops. Amazing to keep it on 2 wheels.
And that would have been a huge help for Dungey, because that would have moved him up a spot.
Weimer on the gas now as he closes in on Brett Metcalfe, really putting the pressure on the pro-circuit rider. Weimer's been working this inside all night. Next lap by him, he's close. Try it again.
Boy, Dungey needs something to happen between these 2 to close up some more points. He's stuck back in 5th and doesn't seem to be able to gain any ground on these guys. But this is quite the battle here with Metcalfe and Weimer. Weimer, the only rider outside of Dungey and Lawrence to win a race this year in the West Coast Tour. Weimer in the red number 30. Last lap, and Austin Stroupe on his way to his 1st win.
There's Austin Stroupe.
Oh, down goes Metcalfe. Metcalfe is down. Now, maybe Dungey will pick up another spot. That would move him to 4th.
So heartbreaking for Metcalfe, who had such a great ride going. Just loses the front wheel.
Dungey just went by. He's now in 4th. So Stroupe going for the win. And Lawrence really can't afford to be this relaxed now, Jeff, because Dungey's only a spot or 2 behind him.
This is it. This is for the win. The 2 final turns for Austin Stroupe to win his 1st main event.
To his 1st checkered flag in the Supercross Lites West Coast region goes Austin Stroupe. Lawrence will finish 2nd. And guess what? Weimer's down. Here comes Dungey. But Weimer is just going to coast across. Oh, Dungey almost had another spot. Dungey will come to the line, and he will cross it in 4th. So the gap that Lawrence thought he was going to build, not as big as he had hoped. But Austin Stroupe is a winner. We'll meet him soon.
Online or on your phone, get more NASCAR at speedtv.com. NASCAR on speed.
Supercross Lites from Houston is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters. And fueled by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Welcome back to Houston, and we've got a new player in this championship story. His name is Austin Stroupe. As you take a look at the results, he takes a lot of points away from Jason Lawrence and Ryan Dungey. They finished second and fourth. The championship will not be decided until Seattle. And we've got a new first-time winner who's standing by with Aaron.
Well, guys, it took 7 races for the rookie to figure out exactly how to do it. Austin, the sweet smell of success for you. Is this an overwhelming moment?
Yeah, I took the win, but, these guys are fighting for the championship, and, I don't want to get in Lawrence's and Dungey's way, so I kind of bumped Lawrence in the first turn. There was a bunch of guys on me, and I didn't want to ruin that for him. And those guys were going at it, and I mixed it up a little bit, and it was a good race, though.
What does this win do for your confidence going into the break?
Definitely confidence for outdoors, and I thought I had a pretty good Lites rookie career, so I'm just looking forward to outdoors.
Congratulations on your success.
Hey, we might see more wins for him, and one of them might come in Vegas. This is all about the road to Vegas. We'll be there the first weekend in May, and that's where we will have the Davy Coombs Memorial East-West Shootout. The East and the West Lites riders will meet head-to-head for the one and only time, and boy, will that be exciting. So will be the show from Seattle, where we will decide the championship, which right now is just 6 points between Lawrence and Dungey. And Austin Stroupe now moves to third in the championship. What a rookie season for that young rider. Let's go back to Aaron.
Jason Lawrence did exactly what he set out to do here in Houston. That was extend that points lead. Jason, what was going through your mind that first lap when you saw Ryan Dungey on the ground?
Oh, I was happy. I'm not going to lie and say I was surprised. I've seen that a lot lately, but that's cool. We're going to go into this long break, and all he's going to have to think about is how he blew it the past 4 races. And I'm super happy with myself. I was able to kind of stay right behind Austin and just keep it tight with him so no one could pass me, and didn't really even cross my mind to try and pass him. I mean, he was going fast. The only place I could pass him was in the whoops, and that just wasn't worth it to me.
Congratulations on a great job this afternoon. But Jake Weimer pulling it together the very last second, probably gave himself a bit of an anxiety attack right before the finish line. What took place there, Jake?
I kind of got a little bit cross-rutted and I kind of looped out, so I was able to get up fast, so it worked out well. But, I just want to give a big thanks to my team, Torco Racing Fuels Honda. I've had kind of a bum year. I just want to thank them for being patient with me, and it's just nice to get up here and thank them, so thank you.
Nice to see you back up here on the box before the break.
Thank you.
Jeff, you can't argue about what Jason Lawrence said. I mean, all the heavy weight now shifts to Dungey to try to get his head straight for that final round.
Well, there's no doubt the pressure is on Ryan Dungey. He has to go to the final round and win and hope for something to happen to Jason Lawrence. And the way that this season has been, you never know what's going to happen. All I know is that all these riders have put out a tremendous effort. Great win for Austin Stroupe, great ride for Jason Lawrence to stay in, and a great recovery for Ryan Dungey to come back to that 4th place, keeps the championship close.
Here's our progressive whole shot replay.
Comes from Ryan Dungey here, just to the left of the doghouse. Drag races down, crosses the line first. Ryan Dungey, progressive whole shot.
One of the only things that went right for Ryan Dungey in the main event here tonight. A lot of things went right for Austin Stroupe, however. For Aaron Bates and Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from Houston. We're headed to Atlanta. Congratulations on your first win to Austin Stroupe in the Supercross Lites West Coast region. So long, everybody.